Hello and welcome to Buzz this week. My name is Tanay Tiwari and I'm feeling just like you. मेरा भी वही हाल है, दिवाली की सोन पापड़ी वाला हाल है, एक जगह से दूसरी जगह फॉरवर्ड होते जा रहे हैं. Hashtag no feelings. India is out of the T20 World Cup. पर आपके मूड को थोड़ा cheer up करने के लिए हम आ गए हैं. Cricket news लाए हैं, memes लाए हैं इस हफ्ते भी. On the show this week, the inevitable strikes. Cricket's week of goodbyes and hellos, and Pakistan calling for Australia. Hope is a good thing. No, it's not. जिसने भी बोला, गलत बोला. Look at what hope has done to Indian cricket fans. I mean, Indian cricket fans, the moment they knew that India had a chance to make it to the semis, net run rate calculate करने लग गए. ये वो वाले fans net run rate calculate कर रहे थे, जिनके wanted के posters लगे हैं स्कूल के math staff room में. Fans who would not stay at home on Sundays at all were at home, glued to their TV screens, on their sofas, waiting, praying, pleading for Afghanistan to beat New Zealand. आपने भी अपने अंदर होप वाला बटन दबा लिया था ना?
नहीं दबाना था.
जी हाँ, नहीं दबाना था. Afghanistan lost to New Zealand. India were knocked out of the T20 World Cup 2021. And while it was saddening and heartbreaking, look at what this team has done in the recent years. Since WT20 2012, there's not been a single ICC event where this team has not gone to the semi-finals or the knockout stages. Even in this tournament, they lost 2 games against 2 big teams, Pakistan and New Zealand, and played some dominant cricket against teams like Scotland and Afghanistan. Now you can say that teams like Scotland and Afghanistan and Namibia weren't the most quality oppositions, and yet the kind of cricket they played showed the kind of pedigree and quality this team has. They had 2 off days, which is why they were on their way out the moment Afghanistan lost to New Zealand on Sunday. And once that happened, cricket Twitter was as heartbroken and had a range of emotions on display. But the T20 World Cup has its 4 semi-finalists. England and Australia make it to the semis from Group 1, while Pakistan and New Zealand storm in from Group 2. Who are you backing now to win the T20 World Cup? Let us know using hashtag Buzz this week on Twitter. Last week in cricket was a week filled with goodbyes and hellos. Goodbyes as Dwayne Bravo said goodbye to T20I cricket, playing his last game for the West Indies in that game against Australia, where the West Indies lost and Dwayne Bravo played his last game in that jersey. All these years, he's not only revolutionized T20 cricket, but he's also taken that West Indies team places, which was evident in the amount of respect that Australians showed him. He had a guard of honor, and basking in that glory was of course Dwayne Bravo, but also Chris Gayle, who walked back to standing ovations, then soaked in all the atmosphere, took the guard of honor himself as well, and then when asked, "Are you really retiring, Chris?" he said,
"No, मतलब ऐसा बिल्कुल immediate नहीं सोचे हैं, but सोचेंगे."
Yeah, so I mean, he wants to play that last game in Jamaica in that West Indies jersey, but he's not sure whether he'll be allowed a chance. So, just like everything else that Chris Gayle does on a cricket field, he's left everyone on the edge of their seats without really telling or revealing much about his retirement. This was also goodbye for Indian head coach Ravi Shastri and bowling coach Virat Kohli, who were in charge for one last time of this Indian team in that game against Namibia. As was captain Virat Kohli. Yes, Virat Kohli, after that game against Namibia, will never captain India in a T20I. Let that sink in. This combination of Ravi Shastri, Bharat Arun, Vikram Rathore, the batting coach, and Virat Kohli, they've taken this team places. And as they choose different paths in their journeys, all that we can hope for is for all the best to come their way and all the success to follow wherever they go. But it wasn't all goodbyes, it was hello as well, as Rahul Dravid was formally appointed India's head coach. Another thing incoming was the news that not a lot of Indians saw coming. Unmukh Chand will be the first Indian player to play in the Big Bash League as he signed for the Melbourne Renegades. I said, technically तो अब Indian player नहीं हुआ ना, वो American player हुआ.
America loves India, loves India.
Good times are incoming for Pakistan cricket as well. They've made it to the semi-finals without dropping a single game. And now, the news coming in is that Australia will visit Pakistan for the first time since 1998 for a full tour. It will play 3 test matches, 3 ODIs and 1 T20I early next year. Pakistan have had some really troubled times in the past, and it is so heartening to see big teams returning to Pakistan. Fingers crossed though that they play this series and cricket flourishes once again in Pakistan. Your bus challenge this week is to preempt 2 changes you think Rahul Dravid will bring to this Indian team. I'll tell you. नहीं मैं बता दूंगा तो आप मेरे कॉपी कर लोगे. पहले अपने बताओ. #buzz this week, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, हम सब जगह हैं. एड्रेस आपको बताए. भेज दो. That's all that we have for you in this episode of Buzz This Week. Or it's okay, yaar. Cheer up. India's lost, but there's another World Cup coming in less than a year. वो वाला पक्का जीतेंगे.
कह दिया ना, बस कह दिया.
See you next week.